Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Istushtovagam Sastanobhihi Yashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indra Vrdhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho arishtanemihi Swasti no Brahaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshadatmasi Nityam Ratam Vachmi Satyam Vachmi Avatvam Mam Avavaktaram Avashrotaram Avadataram Avadhataram Avanochanam Avapashchataat Avapurastataat Avotaratat Avadakshinatat Avachordhvataat Avadharatat Sarvato mam pahi pahi samantat Tanvanmayastam chinmayaha Tvamanandamayastam brahmamayaha Tvam satchidananda dvitiyosi Tvam pratyaksham brahmasi Tvam jnanamayo vijnanamayosi Sarvam jagadidam tvatto jayate Sarvam jagadidam tvattastisthati Sarvam jagadidam tvailayameshyati Sarvam jagadidam tvai pratyeti Tvam bhumirapo nalo nilo nabaha Tvam chattvariva akpadani Tvam gunatrayatitaha Tvam avasthatrayatitaha Tvam dehatrayatitaha Tvam kalatrayatitaha Tvam mooladharastitose nityam Tvam shaktitrayatmakaha Tvam yogino dhyayante nityam Tvam brahma, tvam vishnustvam rudrastvam indrastvam agnistvam vayustvam suryastvam chandramastam brahma bhurbhuvasuvaro. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you. I guess it is expression of the undescribable. Would you like to say a word about it?
Well, it's a part of an Upanishad called Ganapati Atharvashirsha Upanishad. So this Rishi, this wise one, expresses how he sees the world. And he sees it as Ganapati. But then when he says...
Maybe you say with Ganapati.
Ganesha.
Yes.
He expresses as Ganesha. But then when he describes what it is, he says, you are that clearly, I clearly see it as the meaning of the word of Tattvamasi. You are that. Then he goes on saying that from him everything arises, from him everything is sustained, from him everything dissolves. And then he says, you are that which transcends all the qualities, transcends all the states of experience, transcends all the manifesting and manifesting in the mind and in the body, transcends the 3 periods of time. But then, where are you? Tvam Muladhara Asti Asi Nityam. You are always there at the root of myself. In short.
Beautiful. Thank you. Nothing can be added or or not added. Why it is always directed to before or beyond or prior or at the source of here, that's what you are, is because really, if you enter, even an inch is too big, let's say, even an hundredth of an inch into the mind, into the movement, I and you appear, and so there is separation, the sense of separation, duality, is a quality of the duality. But that also, to have the experience, that's from what we call the mind, and the mind makes a difference between mind and heart already. If you are in your heart, then you have the experience of oneness. I and you are one. Still it is due to a movement of the mind. It is the mind. So no experience will do, and yet every experience is that itself. It comes only from that, and there is no separation created by the mind. Probably I could say more, but I don't know what. I don't know why it comes to me, since we are together. You know, at some point one can feel, I have this experience, I really shifted from my mind to my heart. It's like how you call a slide of earth, glissement de terrain.
Slipping.
Hein?
Slipping.
No. Hein?
Now the plates.
Erosion.
Landslide.
Landslide. It's like a landslide. Landslide. Okay, yeah, it's landslide. But it's always I who has that experience. Because in fact, if you really see, you never, ever, what is really you went anywhere. It's always available. So don't confuse any experience for it. And then you will have really not the trouble I lost myself. I'm losing myself in anything. Anyway, good morning. The beauty of hearing the how you call it? Upanishads. Generally, the teachings comes from the mind towards that, while the Upanishads comes from there, remaining there, and trying to go to this and that, explaining that it is only that. Very nice. So, what? You are also very nice.
Yes.
No, nothing.
Ganga.
Yeah.
We had quite a few incredible days.
Yeah.
A few days with the scriptures
You
of
speak a
the
little
day.
louder, Vishwa.
sorry.
You have a
We had quite a few
yeah,
powerful
beauty.
days with
Yeah.
the scriptures and all those amazing talks. And you said something like before, let's say before for you the final let go, whatever you want to call it, you were for many years you had the clarity, but you spoke from the mind, you said, and but you could see everything was clear, but still it was not there. And this hit me very strong.
Gotcha.
So
You wonder
So I
where
can
you
ask another
place
question,
yourself.
huh?
No, please.
So let's say, so you said 10 years, I remember.
Yeah,
You said 10
I
years,
remember even the date. It's so funny. I, wait, I suddenly was aware of that when I was skating on ice with Lila in Brussels. I remember. Yeah.
So I could ask, what caused the shift? How,
Yes. Okay.
I could ask many things.
It's an extremely difficult question, an extremely difficult answer because I don't know. I really don't know. I cannot catch even any moment. But what I know, and I find that was the blessing, is that even being there, sometimes really believing that was it, sometimes I don't know, but I was quiet about the subject. I always kept contact with Satsang or with whatever was speaking about that. And that saved, because you see, those moments are like anything else, that's true. But they are not in the hand even of the most serious fiery seeker. We don't know. We don't know why, how it happens suddenly. But I know, I still believe that this radicality of that, it's called event in time, but it's not an event. It's also because there is a solid background in the mind, means you have really seen and spotted the mind from its source. You have the knowledge. You have the background. So whenever something happens, you will not be fooled by what happens. You know what it is. I don't even know today if it is not enough to say so about it. I can say, of course, it's in a journey of a life. Something happened, but I cannot put my hand there. I don't know what it is, except that, of course, according to the essentiality of the focus of that life, it's like it was regarding that. I mean, I was busy with to know myself. What could I say more? I don't know. Maybe it can come here and there, but you know what I see far away now is that there was, because of the solid background, there was, I can say, an excellent discrimination or knowledge. But it was, so there was a very good understander, if it can be said, but an understander too much. Yeah. And this at that time for some reason, I love the story of the 10th man. You can't, and then you miss yourself, and suddenly you see, oh yeah, what? And all those stories. Of course, it was very clear. I could even say it with big convictions, but in fact, I didn't apply it to me. I thought so, but you know, the mind is tricky. So there was still someone, yeah. Because after all, it is the someone, the I, which rises, which immediately creates the you. The you may have a good knowledge about all the yous, but that I, yeah, is there, and it's this is the mind. Yeah. I don't know. I feel I have not replied very well, but it's not like you suddenly learn something new, you know, because in glimpses you learn. Oh, it's like this. Oh, it's not what I thought, but it's, you know. But there it's not. It's just like where I was in my mind, it was always there. Something like that. So it's not, there is no, knowledge you can lose there. So here, the surrender applies very well. You see, you just surrender. Let thy will be done. What to do? It's like this, and it doesn't matter. I tell you, as a human, as a person, you cannot do better. And that one day, yeah, that's it. Just remember very well that it will never be an experience, and whenever, even if a looking like ultimate experience come, you don't look at it. And that's enough. Yes. Yeah, sure. Hi.
I woke up this morning and I was thinking of the 30 years I had a company in the States, and I was realizing the whole thing's just an illusion. That it,
Yes.
and it was actually kind of like, wow, that whole thing was like this ego illusion. But the part that I'm curious about is there's something that's left. And I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it, an experience, an impact, a knowing, a growing, a wisdom. I don't know what to call it. But there was, from that illusion, there is something.
Which remains.
That remains.
That will never leave you.
And
What
I
could
wonder,
it be?
is that too an illusion?
If your mind wants to take the subject, yes, my dear. If you don't listen to your mind, what happens?
Then it's just empty.
Says the mind, it's yourself.
Excuse me?
It's yourself.
Yeah.
Self.
Yeah.
Don't touch your mind, otherwise it will be the beloved affair of the mind again. Does it help? No. But you see, now you have been too busy with the mind, with all this. Huh? Doesn't matter. Next time. Which can be now. Mhm. You see, now, from now, you know the subject. Would you say so? Okay. So, from now, when your mind, because you have this habit to go to the mind to see if what's just here now fits your understanding. Okay. So, give up that habit. Means it may still appear, but don't consider it. Otherwise you again make it a stuff of your mind. Understood? You understood so well that you say you don't consider your mind. You don't need to check. Anybody else wants to share something? Why not? Why not? I cannot believe that the mind is not so fiery that he cannot see anything. What's that? Is it sleepy? Sleepy?
Ganga, I'm very happy for Vishwa's questions
Yes.
because it's really to the point. And
It's your point too?
of course, I mean, I can only speak what comes to eye.
Yes.
Understanding, experiences.
Okay. So, may I ask you, I will check now, do you still learn something from what is said?
I see that there is the mind.
No, but reply to my question. Do you still learn something new or something you didn't know from what I say?
Yes and no. It's what I see, and I hear it as a confirmation. For
So you know there is nothing new. I need to know that. Okay, you would say you don't learn something new now.
yeah,
Okay, so now leave, abandon, give up, don't touch your understanding. That's all. And you do it up to it's there. And you don't go to the thought, how so long, how this, how that. You don't go to your mind. Let it be the complaints, I'm not yet done, and or to the understanding, to the knowledge. You don't go. You don't go. Even if it appears, it will appear, sure. And then don't worry. And when you go to your mind, know that it is the mind, and don't complain also. That's a hard one, huh?
Especially for Germans.
You're not German here.
No, no.
But please, I have to add now, whatever I said about my own journey, it's really so personal for somebody else, maybe more time, and for somebody else there will be maybe no gap. So, I mean, it's, know that. Huh? There is, your own journey will never be the same as somebody else. Huh? You know that. But of course the indications remain perfectly correct. Yes, please.
First of all, thank you.
A little bit
First
louder.
of all, thank you.
Ah, yeah, thank you.
And yeah, I feel just about what you just said. It's not about learning, but unlearning. Like
Yeah,
someone
sure.
said, from your mind to your heart and landsliding and letting go all what I learned. And still, yeah, what's left is this
Little louder, I would be happy. Thank you.
louder.
Little louder for me, yeah.
Still, what's
Yeah.
really surprising me is the perfection which I see more and more in everything,
Yeah.
and which has its culmination in the sun eclipse and second in the moon eclipse, and that no one talks about it unless only like one person I met in my life and even told me about the book which is called Still Point, which talks about all the sacred geometry in our solar system and everywhere.
Yeah.
And finally, since in the last years, I see more and more the perfection in everything. And I look back to my life, suddenly I see the moments which were incredible. And this year again, so many moments when I just got stuck. The help came immediately, even before I could finish the thought that I would need help. And yeah, that's a bit my question, like, wow, what am I in the reality, or is this just fake everything? Is this really just an illusion? It cannot be real, like it's so... Like
Generally, it's so perfect that it cannot be real. Generally, it's put in a different way.
If the moon would be a bit bigger or
No,
smaller
no.
or more far or closer, we wouldn't
But
have
you know, maybe it's a proof. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. You are right. Because the manifestation is the self itself.
Yeah,
It's
but
who you are, really. It's what is.
Yes.
Yes, so it includes perfection in perfection, but it's perfect.
Perfection of the imperfection, but even if
It's
look
perfect.
at the black cat, she's so perfect, and but it makes me afraid. Like, well, what am I living in? Like, is it a Truman Show or is it?
It's
yeah,
what?
like, Truman Show. Sometimes this year I was like, what's going on?
Yes,
I got stuck in a
yes, you will be surprised all your life. Doesn't matter, without answer. Just be surprised. There is no answer.
So small and humble, like wow. And I was wishing you could say, yeah, look, there's the director.
What? What was?
I was wishing that you would say, look, now I show you the director of the Truman Show. It's all
Where is the
illusion.
director? Tell me now.
Like
Where
the
is?
director of the movie?
Where is the director?
Yeah, that's in fact the question I had. Maybe you are the one.
I am pointing out to you to what is. The director is from where you can see all this. And that's common to all beings. It's not personal. From where you see, from where you can wonder. Wait. If you did that, it's in the mind. So I just ask you, don't comment. Just accept. From where you see that, you are able to see that. It's what you are.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Exactly. I feel like I'm watching all of this, and this is like, as I said, this is the illusion, and I'm just a watcher. Therefore, I'm not this body, I'm not these thoughts. And
But the watcher is in the mind. Don't define yourself as a watcher even. Why? No. You don't possess this perfection, my dear watcher. It's not your possession. So don't stack yourself into the watcher.
yes, I
Okay.
agree. I would like to share one more thing. Like 2 days ago, I found a plastic box with living crabs in the trash.
Oh, good
And
ones.
I believe it's part of the perfection, and
What?
so it has a meaning that 4 of them died, and that they died for us, to remind us to rise in consciousness towards the divine. And I'm thankful that I can share this right now, right here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Let's have a svaha thought for those crabs.
Thank you.
Everything is that. Everything is that. Even a dying crab. Well, yeah. So, what made you come?
Sorry?
What made you come?
I just came.
To hear what?
Nothing new.
And still you come.
Yeah. Well, I know no thought will do. Not good, not bad. It's all the same. No thought
Yeah,
will do.
yeah, sure.
No good thoughts, no bliss, no bad thoughts, nothing, no loss, nothing. So I don't know.
Very nice.
There are cycles, loops. I know that there are loops.
So who is this I who knows?
I'm wondering what is, because this I is not based in anything.
Is there a I?
No.
Then
That's why I'm wondering about cycles and loops and
this is the I. You
It's the
said,
I.
is there any I? You said no.
no.
I is part of the loop. If it catches the loop, it's part of the loop.
Yes, this I is because it's the main thought or the first thought,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so. It seems to be like the nut
The key.
that has to break or something.
And who says that?
The I.
No. False answer. Wrong answer. It's a wrong answer. Who says that the I is a nut? That's what you are. The I cannot answer that. And if you answer, it's the arrogance of the I who thinks he knows. Will you go there?
Ganga, I don't have a question, but there's this fire that keeps pushing me to engage here
Okay.
in satsang. It called me to satsang,
Okay.
but I don't have I can't make a question.
Okay. Is there anything missing? Be just
Yeah.
genuinely
I will-
honest.
The answer that would come is a real rooting or stability in that you point to.
Attends, in that is?
In what you point to, what feels is missing is a real deep-rooted stability.
Yeah,
because
sure.
when I am in satsang, of course, it's obvious. Many times, if I sit, it's obvious. But also, I know this question, that disturbances come in the mind, and it feels real, although I know it's not.
Okay.
So there's a sense of some fire for wanting to push out the illusions of anything other than this.
So there is I too much.
Mm.
There is an I too much. An I who is knowledgeable with the limits of it too. That's why this is there. So, what do you do now with, if you know that I is too much? Because it's I with qualities, huh? Or I is quiet, and whatever words you can say, or I is troubled.
Same one.
So there is a kind of in and out,
Yeah.
even if in is more, but there is in and out too much, because of nothing wrong with in and out. It will always be there. But there is something wrong with the owner of it.
The identification.
Huh?
You mean the identification?
Yeah, I am someone in this world who had this life and who arrived there in the life and who has this understanding and who has these experiences of life. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
So it's obviously I as an object, no?
Yes.
We speak of it as an object. So are you an object?
No.
Now the object speaks again.
Huh?
Now the object speaks again. I will listen, but no, I listen to an object. Tell me.
What was the question? It's good. you're busting or
No, but
or-
this is not enough. It's good.
yes.
It's good. Ah, so pale. Some spice is missing.
Not enough.
No, because then you're comfortable. Okay, you have now that knowledge more. Okay, it's good. It's good. I'm perfecting my eye again. No, but listen. Don't fall into it's good. Don't fall into any comfort.
Thank you.
Don't fall anywhere. Otherwise, this journey will not end, you know. You want the journey to end? Yeah, but you say yes, but you said yes 30 years back also. I remember when I saw my master, I was there not even a month with him. I said, no, I can die, I'm totally fulfilled. We say things, you know, and it's true when you say them, but it's not enough. Your birth, life and death has to be thrown away.
There's something that is not satisfied with anything other than real freedom.
Yeah, that is, you are lucky enough already to love that subject, but you can go, I mean, you can be that what you love. You are, in fact. You are what you love. So it's not a matter of searching or feeling something is missing because this happens which should not be there and so on. That is not in your hand. This is the karma of your body, of your appearance. It has nothing to do with what one is. You are not meant to be a saint, so there will be more troublesome events in your life than the one, as we imagine, of a saint, you see. Just to say it's not in your hand to have a certain kind of life. Don't be fascinated by that. It's not fascinating. It makes you suffer. So... So tell me now something. Don't smartly find something. Tell me something. Yeah.
Actually, the experience is like an ego discomfort of being put on the spot.
Attends, again.
Like the ego gets uncomfortable. It's like the body and the mind gets
But
uncomfortable.
ego, what is the ego?
Huh?
What is the ego?
It's this
If you
feeling
see,
I'm somebody.
it's very bad teaching. If you believe in the ego, it is I, as a human, who believes in the ego. So it tries to remove the ego, meanwhile I is still there. That's why it doesn't work. There is no ego, there was never an ego. Already I is never there, but we believe it. So go to the source of this bloody concept. It's also a concept. A root concept is I. It's not the ego. Ego is to escape. You know, it's to escape. So don't escape now. You don't utter ever, not only outside, but even in your mind, that there is an ego. It is absolutely a foolish spiritual belief. There is no ego. It was never. It's like if you believe in ghosts then. So go for the real thing. The real thing, which looks real, I agree, but still, since it looks real, no, it's a thought. It's the root cause of this whole thing, okay? And that I believe I am. Yeah? So question it. And don't wait for an intelligent, sharp understanding. The answer, there is no answer. That you are. Everybody perfecting, purifying the ego. Meanwhile, I'm happy now. My ego it appears very less because it's so pure, but still it's there sometimes. And it is like if you want to empty a bag, and then after all, what to do with that bag now? No, there's too much time. You spend a lifetime in doing that. Be quick. The life is short. So don't be busy with bags. Coffee get... I have a coffee, I didn't know. Thank you. My ego loves coffee. I'm attached to coffee. Tomorrow I will not take coffee. 10 days later, coffee comes back. It's like that, you know. If you try to transform something, don't worry. It will go quickly back, or not quickly, but its previous shapes coming back. And then what? What I've done all those years? Oh, shit, man. Yeah. Anyway, if there is any questions about that, come on. It is quite a general concept. Yeah. That's the beauty of this. If one cannot take it at once, whatever it is, but second best is this neti-neti. Not this, not that. Because you see, you have not done neti-neti so well. Because if ego comes, which is proved by some experience and all, it's okay, you are identified with that. Why don't you do neti-neti? Even if it's not yet, but by trust. Trust, it's not what I am. So will you spend another minute into that? No, because I go for my own nature, for freedom. So neti, but radically. I mean, why any thought is spare? It's because we cherish, maybe. But then, okay, go back to neti. What? I have no other good suggestion.
I don't know that I appreciate this,
Yeah.
And I don't really need, I mean, I'm glad to work with this. Anything
no,
you
okay.
suggest. At the same time, it's almost like whatever this, like I said, this fiery energy that brings me to Satsang and sit with you is this is doing it. This is doing that work of digging things up. Do you understand? It feels like that's digging into the root of the things. It's something doing it. It's not me, not the person, not the person. Of the
But
story.
don't make a difference when you come to satsang. Okay, you let you be removed, but you also have the tool wherever you are.
Yes.
Don't make the difference, please. Okay.
Very good.
Ramon Charano, il reviendra. I think, even though you may have heard already, but I think this concept that it will be me who will be enlightened or freed, that is an egotic concept. That's why you see, that concept brings, oh, then I have to transform, I have to be better, I will not have some trouble events or whatever, and so on. It brings a infinite train of concepts. So you have to surrender. The person will remain as it remains, as the bird carried its things and it's burned out or not. It's not about the person. It's the person, of course, who has that surge and who wants to hear to be freed, of course. But that, very strangely, in the explanations, it can fall also, but that demand, that fire, doesn't come really from a person who wants to burn itself. I mean, but you can't help to follow that because you love that, and it is your own self who tries to wake you up because there is some emptiness there. It's possible to be heard. There is some. I am a romantic now. There is some emptiness in that being. I can be heard, and then that voice is loud, and you follow that, you see. So, what I wanted to say, so what? So what?
I'm just seeing the funny thing is what you just spoke, that when it tried to make it about a me, to have a better enlightened me,
Yeah, it was
it
about.
brings it into time. And the awakening is not time. It's not about time. It's what's here. Isn't it? It's never about.
It is here.
Yes.
No, but this has to be heard. It will not be you as a seeker who becomes you free. This doesn't happen. It is. The satsang are not addressed to somebody after all. It is addressed to the demand, I want to know myself, from wherever this demand comes from. But that demand will be fulfilled if exactly the person doesn't interfere. Anyway, it's an explanation, you can just drop it also and forget it. But don't keep any concept. Don't keep any idea. It will not work. And that's why in India they made such a microscopic analysis of all the whole affair that they give examples. Oh, this has freed himself and he looks like to the eyes of others like an ordinary man or like an extraordinary man or like a bad man or like a good man. Then this is the appearance. The chance is given to anybody. Anybody. It's just a moment of grace.
For some reason, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
It sounds like very simple things you speak, but wow.
They even give an example of as Pingwala Vat, as Pingwala did, and she was a prostitute. They give all examples. So what is there to be claimed? Tell me. Who can claim at anything?
It makes it funny, you know, I'm remembering how Papaji used to make fun of the teachers who tell people to do so many things and not do so many things. It's so funny from this perspective.
It's not a perspective from here. You see, it's very interesting, and I see it more and more, the amazing truth of it. You have to remove all the concepts, isn't it? Or at least be struck by one, it's enough, but then... And karmas, for example, destiny is one of the concepts. The seeker is bound by his karmas and destiny. In Satsang you say, there is no karma, no destiny. And if you are a seeker, you will take it, oh, then I don't have a karma. And then your life is passing on, burning or exploiting or living karmas. Those indications in Satsang, it's just a way to cut off the interference of the mind for a second. Is just to shake the convictions. But it's not addressed to somebody, because surely this body is full of karmas. And then I mean, it belongs to somebody, I am profoundly, I'm not that.
You can say karma and destiny are in the dream, and the pointing in Satsang is you're not in the dream. There's no...
Yeah, but it's not addressed to the movie of the dreams.
Right.
Chalo. if anybody feels a bit still unclear with one thing, even if it is in the movie, please tell. Please tell. Don't keep it. Don't keep it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just listening and something is coming about talking.
Yeah.
Just realizing that almost every conversation that is ever had brings me back to the mind rather than the space I want to, the space that's enjoyable to live in.
The spaces.
To be close to myself.
Yeah.
It's like every conversation is like strengthening the other side.
Yeah. Just don't make a difference, otherwise you will suffer.
The question that comes is, it feels like language is so related to, yeah, and making a difference. It's like how to talk without talking from mind.
When you will not wonder how to talk, you will just talk well. Yes.
Because I find that when I'm silent, it's much more peaceful.
For a while, yes. For a while, yes. And then after there is a flow of talking. Then, don't make difference. So, as a person, is it possible not to make a difference? Not possible. How are you, Mark?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just
But you see it.
sitting with what you said.
Yeah. Great. And that sitting has no chair, huh?
Ganga? In the dream or in the movie, I do desperately want it to be different, and yet I also hear you say it has to, there's not even, like...
Yeah, so that you don't spend energy to try to be different. So you have to go for the real thing, which is, but who thinks is the move in the movie? What makes... Who am I? Who am I, in fact? Those indications is that you don't spend more energy into that concept, you see? So in the end you will be left alone with energy. Okay, I am alone, I don't go anywhere, or I do go, but I know that I go. Though. So you are like, in the movie, somebody who is hopeless and helpless, completely. Then just leave it alone. So, yeah, what was your question?
It doesn't leave me alone.
What? And who doesn't want to be alone?
No.
It's not me, huh?
No.
Who?
You say leave it alone, but it doesn't leave me alone.
You believe so. Because you want to keep it. You believe so. It's not true. In this movie, you will never, ever be free. We speak of freedom, there is Satsang, there is seekers fiery for freedom. But there will be nobody free. So, where do you want to place yourself? Just know whatever I utter, whatever I know, it's in the movie. I am not a movie. The movie is in me, okay, but I'm not a movie. What impediment you to say that? Tell me. What makes you believe that there is still something? Tell me, it's important. Otherwise, I know what it is. I don't have that experience. In the movie, you have not that experience, right? It's not about somebody, what is said here. It's about, I cannot describe it, the real nature of all beings, of everything, which makes a movie possible. That's why sometimes it is imagined as a screen or a background or whatever, substratum. But so when you have this experience, I'm not yet there. I don't feel. I don't feel I am free because of it. Disregard that thought. There, you are bully enough. There. I discard that thought. It's fake. It is a translation of the mind for some bloody reason. I don't listen to it. Where are you left then? Don't search for it. You are that. There is no movie. If there was everybody enlightened, there is no movie then. But there is a movie for the eyes, for the senses, for the mind, heart. But the movie concerns things, concerns I and the world. It doesn't concern at all of its reality, of the reality of what is uttered by I am that. And forget that spiritual concept that the movie will be a reflection of that. It is already as it is, as duality. This is perfect in itself. So, when I feel I am not that, it's part of that perfection of it. You don't need to interfere here. You are nobody. You have to arrive there, you have to be struck by it, otherwise this movie will make you die. Yeah. You hear me?
Yes.
Ganga, is there like a feeling of wanting to shake, like to...
You want to be shaken?
Yeah. But that... Like, no, kind of. But that's a... Oh.
Are you stiff that I have to shake you? Are you fixed somewhere that I have to shake on you?
No, because it
So-
wasn't always
so-
there. It's...
So, you only speak of attitudes. I believe I am stuck somewhere, so I have to be shaken.
Is that one...
You speak of what? Of somebody?
Yeah, of someone that will understand, or someone will...
I don't need to shake you because you are not stuck. You are yourself if you don't look at attitudes. If you don't look at experiences of somebody. But somebody craves for experience, and enlightenment is part of those experiences. No, utopia, never you will. Be yourself.
I don't want the mind to hear this. I don't want the mind to understand it, or like to be like, yes, yes, it's just the mind hearing what you're saying. I don't want any of that.
No, but this is the problem. You would like to have a perfect life without the mind troubling you. As I said, that will always be there with its opposite, of course. It's not about that. That is the movie. In the movie, there is this person with a certain kind of life, etc. But I know who you really are.
Yes.
And then all that remains at the level of a movie, you see. So you are freed from the tyranny, I can say like that in a way. Doesn't mean that the person will not suffer or get pleasures, but it's the belief it's what you are is has dissolved. That makes a big difference. So you say yes to what?
No.
You said yes. To what?
Like I'm hearing and listening. So it's a person listening, or I'm just doubting. I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Like a person listening, or I'm just doubting.
No, the person cannot really listen because it doesn't fit its concept. So just hear. Just hear and be that.
Because now it's different. It feels different in front of you speaking. Like everything around suddenly is different.
Yeah, don't look after experiences. They will come all the time, but it's part of the movie, no? Even if it is different, next time it will not be different, and what? And then we are lost in this. So what's there? Tell me, what's here? love that? Fall in love with that? Don't figure it out.
Ganga.
Yeah.
Um,
You loud, huh? Loud, please.
say again.
Loud.
Yesterday night I had a very strong experience in which I saw very clearly that it has nothing to do with the personality.
Okay.
It was very clear.
Okay. Okay.
And then yesterday I completely identified with the person.
Okay, the problem is not the identification. The problem is that you don't see it's the mind, and then what? It doesn't matter if the mind presents itself like this. This is exactly glimpses, you see. You see, you can even express loudly, or in the mind it can be expressed truly, and then because you believe the truth of your mind, it's duality, so something else will present itself and you speak like this, I am identified. You have not yet understood or heard or heard that any shape is not it. Then you are free, radically free. Not that the mind will not reappear, but to be fooled by the mind. Why you took the shape? I see. What did you say? It's interesting. What did you say that you saw?
That the personality will never be free.
Yeah, it was perfect because there was an opening. But this knowledge itself is fake. But of course it is fake. Because if you take it for real, it brings you its opposite. It becomes a concept and you believe when you are free, you always live like this. In that shape. It's fake. It's not true. The life will waver like this. Identification, non-identification, because this is so true. There is nothing here, nothing ever happened, and so on. Still, it's a shape. Be free to believe in shapes.
I don't think I completely get it, what you say.
You completely get it?
No.
Okay, let it work in you.
Okay.
Don't interfere.
Yeah, okay.
Good. Why do you think it is again said again and again? It is unconceivable, it is unknowable, it is, tell me, help me. So many beautiful terms are said. You see, it is not that it's a state of or it's an experience of, because you can have experiences of, oh, I cannot describe what I live. Meanwhile, you describe it very well. So, be freed from that. Be freed from that hypnotism you get. Because you see, that's the fulfillment of the seeker. Oh, he attains what he was running for, having the concept of enlightenment like this. But then, it's still someone. Don't attach yourself to anything. Anything.
Thank you.
I thank my master.
Is it another?
I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
Here's a lot of fear and
Garbage.
so it seems that these are all thoughts, but maybe you have to tell me again.
Maybe?
Maybe you have to tell me again.
Yes, even emotions are thoughts. It's something. I mean, it's something. Garbage.
And also arrogance and selfishness and ignorance.
Ideas.
All concepts.
That was it? Hmm?
So there's no one.
No way?
There's no one.
There is no one? Garbage too. This mind. Somebody? There is still time, huh?